we'll kick things off. The runtime has been revealed by IGN for Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1. So, it continues the trend of very long blockbuster movies. So, we got 2 hours and 36 minutes, but that's without the credits. So, you're probably looking around like 2 hours 45 in total.
Mm-hmm.
What are your thoughts on such a long runtime for Part 1 of the overall finale for Mission Impossible?
It seems to be the trend nowadays with franchises ending, having these long run times. I mean, Endgame had it, but that's not quite like it. It's like ending a saga,
Yeah.
It's like Endgame and Infinity War, they had it. Fast and Furious has it. There was Bond, No Time to Die had that as well.
For finales.
Yep. And now Mission Impossible has that. I'm all bored for it. I mean, Fallout was fantastic, and if this film can replicate anything that film did, which it looks like it, then I'm all for it. I mean, did Top Gun have a similar close-ish runtime? I think it did. Let's just say it did.
I think it was more like 220, 230.
Oh, so
it's close enough, but yeah,
it's fine. But extra 10 minutes with Tom Cruise doing fucking stupid stunts. I'm all for it. Yeah, looking forward to it.
Oh man, I think it's going to be so good. Just the team behind it, Christopher McQuarrie, and he contributed to the screenplay of Top Gun, which I believe is a valid contributor to the quality of that movie. And, he did Fallout, wrote that, directed it. I think the Mission Impossible team are completely on their game to get more time with, like you said, Tom Cruise doing, crazy stunts in real life. No green screen or anything like that. I like, it could be longer. I wouldn't care.
Yeah.
I do believe that I have a story to justify the long runtime as well, just because this is a part 1 and it's clear that they're going to have a vision for, part 1 and part 2 as a one story. So I think this sounds like it will justify its long runtime. And if these are the final 2 like Mission Impossible movies, then I want them to be as long as possible because they kind of stand alone in action films these days.
Yeah.
You don't really get them coming along. You get stuff like John Wick and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, they're just very refreshing in terms of like blockbuster stuff.
Probably end up getting rebooted at some point.
I don't know if I'd want to reboot.
Or like, what they do with James Bond, and Batman and Spider-Man, cast a different actor and it, like they'll keep the franchise going.
Even like Bourne, remember how they did
Jeremy Renner.
Yeah. Which was not good.
The first 3 Bournes are the best.
Bourne Ultimatum was great. I love that movie. Yeah.
But I need to get those on 4K, just the first 3 at least, because I always enjoy those films watching it with my dad.
They're enjoyable, yeah. They're just great action movies.
Yeah.
We need more movies like that. I hope like Mission Impossible can be like pave the way for more like that. Yeah. So if Mission Impossible does really good at the box office, like I'm talking like really good, like 800 plus, that would be great for Mission Impossible. Paramount, they did, Top Gun last year.
Yeah.
And then they'll do Mission Impossible this year. That's a great, indicator on what quality action movies can really do for you.
I think if Mission Impossible gets $1 billion and Dead Reckoning Part 2 gets $1 billion as well, I think Paramount would want to sign Christopher McQuarrie on some sort of deal to just make movies for him.
Yeah, he'd be like...
And just give him like creative freedom.
Yeah, 100%. I think he'd earn that at that point, especially if they were like really highly acclaimed. He would get into like almost, I'm not going to say it to the exact kind of creative freedoms that Denis Villeneuve or Christopher Nolan would experience, or Martin Scorsese for that matter.
He'll be like, if he can do that, like back to back to back, he'll be in line for questioning, as in like we can regard him as those same sort of tiers. Because like he hasn't quite had a dud, but he's like he literally made a movie that rejuvenated the cinema. And then if he backs it up with Mission Impossible and backs it up again with Dead Reckoning 2, like you can't not say that he's not in that conversation of one of the all-time greatest of this generation.
That's very interesting. Because obviously when you talk about directors working today or directors of this generation, people like you're talking like Steven Spielberg, Martin Scorsese, they're not part of that. They're in their own category and they'd obviously rank above.
Yeah. But
Christopher Nolan, Denis Villeneuve, they're the kind of ones that are associated. They're at the top.
Yeah.
I think like people, like Joseph Kosinski as well. He has potential to be there because he's the one that directed Top Gun. Maverick. McQuarrie was just the writer.
Yeah.
I think someone like James Gunn as well could enter that tier 1 too, depending on how the DCU comes out. But Christopher McQuarrie, the tier 1, I think it's at the levels of Nolan and Villeneuve. Could you, if they both come out very well, like some all-time great action movies, could you put Christopher McQuarrie on the tier of Nolan and Villeneuve? Would you be comfortable at that point by then? I
would be too, because if you think about it, at what point in both Nolan's and Villeneuve's career, like what movie were you like, yeah, they're on that tier? I feel for Nolan, Memento was the first one where everyone was like had eyes on him, same with Prestige. Yeah. And then I think it was The Dark Knight that cemented it, and then Inception the year after definitely cemented that as in tier 1. For Villeneuve, do you agree with that?
Oh, I don't know. Oh,
like just cemented he was tier 1. Like those two films back to back.
Yeah, I mean, Inception came out 2010 and Dark Knight 2008. But I mean, to have like those two movies that you did within a 2-year span is very insane because both are like regarded like some of the best of the 2000s.
Yeah.
So I would actually agree with that. I'd have to think on it a little bit more.
And then for Villeneuve, thing was Sicario that really he did Enemy as well, but I think Sicario was the more mainstream one that pulled people in, and then he did stuff like Arrival, and then when he did Blade Runner 2049, that was boom at tier 1.
And I think Blade Runner was the one. Yeah, that's kind of cemented it. Yeah. Because I think Prisoners is the first one.
I forgot. How could I forget Prisoners?
Yeah, because Prisoners and Enemy came out on the same year. Yeah, which is pretty insane because both are great. And then obviously Sicario was good, and then the year after that it's Arrival. Yeah, like that's a back to back again, and then Blade Runner, and then obviously Dune and stuff like that. So that's where he's gotten that. Christopher McQuarrie though, he's only directed 4 movies so far, and 2 of them are Mission Impossible 5 and 6. So I think
you could say 6 is his Dark Knight, or not quite Dark Knight, but like his Prisoners,
Yeah. Eyes are on him now. Now he's got to deliver. I would say that he needs one movie that is at the level of, like, say, Mission Impossible Fallout outside of the Mission Impossible franchise, and then he can be regarded in that. It's a very exclusive club.
Yeah.
We should do that though. Like write a piece and see who's like the tier 1 in terms of this generation of directors. That'd be very interesting to put them into tiers.
Or even like a podcast special.
Yeah, because I think there could be like 1 or 2 that it could actually fit inside that tier 1 category.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Stay tuned for that, guys.
Yeah. We'll think on that one.